starts to develop in Missouri. This is all pushing into Illinois, and it's starting to fill back into northwest central Indiana, where we've had a break in the action for several hours today. But as you can see, it's still widespread. These darker blues depicting the heavier bands of snow, especially south of I-70 right now. So here's a look at live Doppler 13 radar. We're still dealing with this mixed precipitation, and we're seeing heavy bands of snow making its way into Monroe County at this hour. So we still will likely see snow taking over. However, it's just so much moisture to work with that it is still taking its sweet time. It's coming down heavily right now in Bloomington and in Bedford. It's currently 20 degrees in Indianapolis, 19 in Lafayette, currently 22 in Richmond. Here's a look at future track. Not doing a great job with the mixing in southeast central Indiana. However, we do expect to see just mainly snow out of this system now that the colder air has really filled in from surface to higher levels aloft. We may see another burst of snow later tonight when Angela's on with you, so check back tonight at 11. But we are still going to add on to those snow totals even after midnight tonight. We have winds out of the north today, and they are going to kick up between 15 and 25 miles per hour. That's going to cause blowing and drifting snow, especially on those east and westbound travel lanes, as that lighter, fluffy snow pushes right back over the plowed roads. It's going to be a big problem as we head through the evening hours tonight. Temperatures will continue to fall down into the upper teens later this evening, with snow continuing to fall. We'll still have the cloudy skies. Temperatures fall to 13 degrees tomorrow morning in Indianapolis, down to 6 in Kokomo. 15 will be the low in Columbus. And wind chills tomorrow are going to be significant, especially during the morning hours. We're going to be below 0, and then really only in the single digits throughout the afternoon. It's not going to be as windy tomorrow, but we're still going to see blowing and drifting snow out of the system. Tomorrow will be a bitter cold day. Temperatures will struggle to climb into the upper teens to near 20 degrees. We do think the skies are going to start to clear out tomorrow evening, and that will lead the way to a very cold Saturday start. We'll drop down to around 0 Saturday morning, so wind chills will be running about 5 below 0 Saturday morning. A bitter cold start Saturday. Not going to see much of a warm up either. Temperatures only climb into the low 20s Saturday. We'll rebound into the low to mid 30s on Sunday, so a little bit better. But gosh, we are going to be a long ways out before we see the snow melting. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We're going to continue to see the snow falling as we go through the rest of the afternoon today, and it will be steady, especially across portions of I-70 corridor and south. 23 degrees, the current temperature as we hover in those low 20s tomorrow, high of only 20 degrees. As we go into the weekend, it will be sunny and dry, but we are going to be bitter cold for that Saturday. 22 degrees, the high after that low of 0, 34 on Sunday. And we'll still be well below average as we head into next week, but at least the pattern looks to be much quieter and dry. So here's a look at the radar again. Of course, we have our own Sean Ash outside again. He's been really dealing with the elements and watching for the snow growth, because we're looking for really a nice fluffy flake to allow for the accumulation.
Right. So let's
and it's a little bit bigger. Let me know. a little bit bigger flakes for us here. Now, I just updated our blog, and I've been trying to tell the folks, the impatient snow lovers down in southern Indiana, hang in there, because you were talking about that mix line, but man, once it switches, they're in the big silver dollar flakes. I'm getting reports out of Bloomington and Columbus, and that's why this morning we put them in play. We expanded that 6 to 9 plus zone to account for them down there. And I mean, when you look at the radar from a regional perspective, snow is pointing right at us in southern Indiana. So let's take a little walk here. So we're in the front yard here at Channel 13 Studios. And it's kind of hard to measure. I don't have my snowboard out here, but I'd suggest we're probably pushing 5 inches in downtown. And we got a long way to go, by the way. As you might imagine, you can see we got, it's snow packed. And what are we, a little 1, 2 o'clock in here, we got easily another 5 to 6 hours of snow, if not longer. And it will be longer, by the way, farther south. The snow's going to last probably near and past midnight. So don't throw in the towel down there. We've got a long way to go, many more hours of snow. Beautiful to look at. And we will see. Last double-digit snowfall, single day, was March of 2018, and we've only had 7 on record. That's a one-day snow of 10 inches or more in Indianapolis. So we'll see if we add. If not, we're going to be maybe close in spots for sure. But this was the second part. We've been saying all along, this is the one that was going to have the bigger bite for the central portion of the state. And this is certainly setting up to be an I-70 special here with this winter storm. Beautiful to look at. Hopefully you can just sit back and enjoy it. Take care. We'll get it back into you guys.
Yeah, what's the wind like out there, Sean, right now?
You know, we've had a few gusts. I'd suggest that when we did that 11 to 1 p.m., we had some stronger gusts now, but it not terribly bad, at least right now, Ann. But I know that we've got that northeast wind, and so here's the deal. Even after the snow is done, we're still going to probably be dealing with some blowing. Not as bad overnight. There's a plow truck right there. And boy, you want to talk about loving life. You know, white means green to these contractors. And it was, I mean, up until this point, it was quite the snow drought. And sometimes it only takes one storm. So they're going to be working around the clock, long way from over. And Kelly mentioned it too. You know, it's not like, hey, tomorrow we're going to be back up to 32 degrees and this stuff on the roads is going to melt away easier. This is going to be a pretty big battle going into tomorrow and even Saturday morning with the sub-zero temperatures. But it's quite a contrast when you think about this. Near 60 degrees almost, 48 hours ago, right? Last night we're out here live and we were showing you just how soaked the ground was, and now just completely in a big blanket of snow here, and far from over. Yeah.
All right, Sean, thanks so much. Take cover there. Take a little break. I know you've been out in there. We do appreciate you doing that to help tell the weather story. Let's hear a little bit and answer some questions from the viewers here on Facebook. We've got Sharon. She says, hello from Connorsville. We have an inch of ice and now it's turning to snow. So Connorsville, we do get snow here in Indiana, says Christopher. Yes, we do, but we haven't had very much of it. So, you know,
right.
we've been way behind having this snow deficit.
Indianapolis typically sees around 26 inches for the entire season, and we've been pretty much shut out for the most part.
Yeah, been snowing for some time here in Quincy. Winds really picking up in Goldsmith. Someone wanting to know, does anyone know if there's a liquor store that delivers? We were talking about if you have anyone that, you know, is delivering anything and is out, make sure you tip them really well.
Yes, tip well, please.
Yeah, someone was asking about Angela. Angela's here. She's working on the evening forecast. As a matter of fact, I asked her how her commute in was from the Fishers area within this last hour. She said it took her about 45 minutes. It typically takes about 25 minutes. I think the thing that stood out most of her description of her commute in was that along the interstate, she comes in along 70, that there was no lanes, you know, and that's always, you're kind of like making your own lane.
Yeah, and that makes you so
scary.
nervous. And I know she also mentioned that people are speeding past her, which that also makes you scared too when you're just like white knuckling it yourself. Again, another reason if you don't have to come in, like we were staying downtown for the most part, a lot of us, to be able to not battle the snow.
That's right. So if people say it's nice, I'm inside. Sally says I'm inside wearing my thermals. April is like snow day, yay. Let's see who else. Gwen says, why don't we all do our own remotes while we're waiting? And I'll go first. It's snowing steadily and the wind is really picking up in Fortville. We do want to acknowledge, you know, we had a little bit of a technical glitch there for those of you that first tuned in and got that black screen and said I can't see or hear anything. So thanks for staying with us while we could clear that up and you could hear the latest of Kelly's forecast. We got Emily Longnecker watching.
I am.
Oh, we love Emily. Boy, she was out in it last night.
Yes, she was. Gosh, our crews were amazing last night, either in wet weather or in the snowy weather.
That's right. Here in Castle, go ahead.
Jenny Runovich, her hair is frozen.
Jenny.
Check out Jenny Runovich's Instagram. Her hair is frozen, according to Angela.
Yeah, we're getting contributions from Angela here. Let's see. In Castleton, it's snowing quite steadily. Not much on the ground yet, maybe an inch or two. The word up in the Castleton area definitely is ice. Big flakes, says Katie. Ice coming down like crazy in Jeffersonville. 8 blocks north of the Kentucky border. A different story down there along the Ohio River, Kelly.
And Kyle, if you can pull up our radar, you can see how that sleety and icy conditions are in the hot pink in our radar here, because that's where we really have a lot. That's where the ice warning is.
Right.
So that area, unfortunately, really dealing with the thick of that ice, unfortunately for them.
Cindy saying just ice in North Vernon. Get ready for that to change over. A lot of snow in Alexandria, says Liz, at least 6+ inches.
Wow.
In Alexandria. Kathy says, nice light fluffy snow, starting to snow harder now in Broad Ripple, thinking Netflix or nap, you know.
Yes, nap. Go for the nap.
Wendy says it is 70 here in Clearwater, Florida right now.
Oh, good for you.
Happy for you. Happy for you.
We're so happy for you, Cindy.
Martinsville is getting some steady snow. Now, this is interesting because when we're talking about the South and you know, maybe not having that switch over to snow right here, Talia says Martinsville snow, a lot of businesses have closed or are closing at 2 p.m. Please be safe out there.
Bloomington says a lot of snow, which we were really watching Bloomington for that changeover because that freezing line was really hanging over that area earlier this morning, and now it's being taken over as it slides farther south.
Yeah, Logan's reporting snow in the Bloomington area right now. Bonnie says hello from Winnemac. Hello, Bonnie. Hope that you're doing well. Thanks for checking in. Laura says 7.5 inches between Anderson and Elwood, northwest of downtown in Madison County.
Wow, and you know, yesterday it was all wet, just a lot of wet conditions, so we've added on quickly in those areas. Another one is Sheila. She said finally snowing in Columbus, which Columbus has also been shut out, and Sean mentioned in his live shot, you know, be patient, southeast central Indiana. It's coming your way. Unfortunately, you've had to deal with a lot of icy conditions as well.
5 inches of snow on the west side of Indianapolis, says Katie. Rush County, where did my Rush County note go? I went right past it. Oh, Rush County just went to level orange. So we've been talking, I don't know if we can put up the county map that shows the different warnings in the area, and so you can see what the designation is for your county. And here it is right now.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, we do appreciate that. So earlier we didn't have a designation for Marion County, but now all of them do. Red is the one where it is essential travel only.
Yes. Jenny Lynn is reporting that it's snowing and blowing in Plainfield. So thank you for the update, Jennifer, because that area also, the winds, as we were watching with Sean, he said they weren't that strong yet, but we know that they're going to pick up and increase in intensity with this system.
Yeah, well, you know, and that's what really caught my attention, because we're staying in a hotel downtown, went in the elevator down to the parking garage, got in my car, drove a couple blocks, got out to the station here at 10th and Meridian. I opened the door and it was like, it's just hard. I couldn't see it, even though I was driving in it. Just had that wind and that blow coming in your face like that. You know,
it hurts. It's brutal.
It does.
So if you have to go out and shovel, and I would advise to take breaks and try to handle it. An hour. Give yourself a break and then go out there and battle it. But yeah, that wind is pretty nasty with it pelting you in the face. And we're going to be in the snow all afternoon into the evening. This is not even close to being over yet.
Yeah, and I don't know, Kyle, if you have access to that video that we showed of Carlos Diaz with his kids. His wife, Olga, took them out. I think it was like around 11:30 or 12 o'clock today on the south side, and the kids were sledding. Okay, he doesn't have it right now. He's going to see if he can find that, because I do think it's important to kind of think we got the mindset of an adult here, right? About, are we working from home? What's going on with school? Can we drive? Do we, what should we be doing? But the kids look at this in a whole different way.
Absolutely. And, we had stories on last night where some schools are actually still getting real snow days like we did as kids. And I don't have children, but I'd want that for my kids if I had kids, because those are great moments. We had Dead Man's Hill in Fort Wayne. We would go to the golf course that we lived behind, and that was such great memories. So it's fun for kids, especially that it's not that cold today. If you have a hill that's close by that you can take the kids to, that's so fun.
Yes, and I also grew up in Fort Wayne. We didn't know each other. We just became friends when we were working together. But, it's interesting because Pokagon State Park, going up there and taking that toboggan, it was like, oh, can we go to Pokagon? That was such a highlight. So, we know that this is a great opportunity to go out. We were thinking about maybe doing some snow angels.
Yes.
I don't know.
Let's do it.
I don't know. I'm saying that, thinking, what coat do
We're
I
in.
have?
Yes, I'll do it for sure.
Yeah, well, that is kind of part of the fun of everything.
Right.
So we hope that if you're inside and you're staying safe and all those things too, that we also know it's an opportunity to enjoy it. And we did find that video, so let's take a look at the kids sliding down the hill, because this is what it's all about. But they got a nice incline there.
That's a big hill. That's decent.
Yeah, so Dacio
fun.
is his son, who's in kindergarten. I think we can give the photo credit to Olga,
Right.
who is Carlos's wife, and then his daughter, Dahlia, is out there as well.
Oh, I mean, so much fun. And she's just, I mean, they're giggling, they're just having a blast.
Yeah,
I love
so
it.
That's some of the fun. So thanks so much for tuning in. We have expanded our coverage because that's what we do, when we want to make sure that you are up to date with the very latest weather information, traffic information, and everything that's happening around the area. So our news will go on earlier tonight at 4 o'clock. Scott Swan is here, Angela Buckman is here. We've got our whole crews gearing up, and we're going to kind of switch over from our morning team. You've been here since what time today?
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yep.
So now we're a little after 2. So we're going to do a little bit of a switch. I'm helping be the bridge for all that. Good job, Kelly.
Thank you. You too. And Sean Ash will be back as well. He's going to do the earlies this evening with Angela. So so we've got you covered. We just know this is going to be a long-lived system. Snowy conditions all afternoon and evening.
Yeah. So enjoy it. And thanks for watching. We'll be back with 13 News starting at 4 o'clock.